show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel for this pre-match show is the one and only Bridgeman in Blue Star. Afternoon, gents.
Afternoon, guys. Afternoon, Oxchair. Old school. Fox and Bridgeman. Bridgeman, where are you listening from?
I'm listening from the middle of the Mediterranean. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, good afternoon and welcome to Rangers Radio. I'll listen in now.
Oh, I'll be getting a few fridge magnets. I can feel them coming.
Aye, it's all right for some walks, isn't it?
I think we're going to be stuck at sea here. It's an absolute storm raging. Unbelievable.
Have you
Unbelievable.
ever been shipwrecked, Bridge?
No yet.
Anyway, we've got the team. A couple of talking points. Let me just get on. Where the substitutes. The team's basically the starting 11's unchanged. So it is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldstein, Katic and Flanagan. Davis, Kamara, Jack Harfield, Kenton, Defoe. Substitutes, Fodge, Oro, Morelos, McCrory, Candias, Halliday and Barisic.
Barisic?
So the two big talking points for me, obviously no place in the starting 11 for Alfredo Morelos. And obviously Barisic appearing on the bench. Bridgeman.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy for that. You know how I feel about Barisic? I think he's a great player. He's obviously done something right in training, or whatever injury, if he was carrying a wee injury, it's maybe healed up. And now he's going to get a wee chance to come back in and show. He'll maybe come back on it somewhere, maybe midway through the second half. But I'm sure he's knuckled down, or he spoke to the manager and the manager spoke to him. I'm quite sure whatever problem there was, it's all been ironed out now. I'm sure of it. Hope it is, anyway. Hope it is.
And the other big call?
No Alfredo on bench? Wow.
Well,
no, he's on the bench.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said he wasn't on the bench.
No, not in the starting.
No, did we not say that we weren't going to change hopefully not going to change a winning team? Was there any changes to the team?
No, same 11 means there's no changes.
Yeah.
Cool, just to even listen to me or just make things up.
I'm sure you slurred some words.
That was on Friday. Anyway, people want to join us. A couple of big talking points there, Blue Star. What's the number?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Or you can join us live in the middle of the Mediterranean. How else, Bridge?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and the Old School Blue will bring you in and look after you.
All right. My first call's coming in from Western Australia. We're becoming very global, Blue Star.
No, half the day, eh?
Western Australia. Good afternoon or good evening to your good self, Pierre Down Under.
Good evening, Oxchair. Good evening, Bridgeman. And good evening, Blue Star. How are we?
Not bad, but not as good as you and all that sun.
It's just at the end, mate. Not a wee bit better than yours, but it's getting a bit chilly now.
Bet the old dear, mate. It's cold today, isn't it? What's your thoughts on the team? Obviously, the two big talking points will be Morelos, no starting, and Barisic back on the bench. Bear Down Under.
Not really surprised with the Morelos no starting. I think it'd be hard to drop any of the players that's if they've been fit. That's been maybe Kent in the last game would have been maybe the only person you could have maybe looked at changing. But Morelos hasn't played the past 4 games. Or is it 4 or 5 games?
4.
Well, 4.5.
I think the bigger talking point, I was really surprised when I looked at that subs bench and seen Barisic there. I thought he was out the window. But I don't know, maybe that's another opportunity that our manager's getting to Bonner. But yeah, I'm not surprised that Morelos isn't starting because I've been really impressed with the forward almost two with Defoe and Arfield there. So yeah, no, I'm happy with the team.
All right, okay. We'll also be joined by Pool Ranger. Afternoon, Pool.
How you doing, boys? All right.
All right, mate.
Pool.
All right, Phil.
How's things your end?
Hope you've got the suntan lotion on, Bridge.
I'm telling you, you don't need suntan lotion here, pals. Absolutely howling gales.
He's
Howling
got what
gales,
he's
pal.
got for the tappies. He does one of the wee round hats, mate.
And if that storm hits,
brilliant.
he's about to put the Soester on.
As long as your ship's Clyde built, you'll be all right, Bridge.
Aye.
That's a good point, actually. That's a good point.
Oxchair, the thing that's really fascinating me is that he's got Barris on the bench along with Halliday. Halliday's been playing at left back in the last so many games, you know. So the very fact he's put Barisic on the bench, it's quite a strange one, is it no?
Well, the thing that Halliday gives you that cover in a couple of the midfield positions as well, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. But as I've said many a time on here, Ox, I don't know. I think you'd need to go back a long time before he was last on the midfield. He's always been on at left back.
Aye. Pool, what's your thoughts on the team, mate?
I think it's just what we've talking about the last few nights now, and if it's no broke, don't fix it. You know, I mean, there was no point in changing anything. It's been working, so just leave it the way it is. It's all about pride now and momentum for next season. They've just got to keep picking up points and keep putting in good performances. On Barisic, I thought Barisic was done. Thought he was gone. And same as you, guys, I'm surprised he's on the bench today. But I don't know. Maybe he's had a chat.
Does that just show you, Blue Star, you shouldn't believe everything you read in the papers?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just reading Gary 34 Jers in the lobby here. He's come away with a cracker saying that the Tims have offered Mourinho the job. I can't see that, guys. Not in a million years.
I hear my brother just sent me that.
I just want to remind you, lads. You might just want to remind Gary 34. This is Rangers radio.
I know.
So, Bridgeman, what's your thoughts on Bareilles not starting?
No, I think we'd spoke it. I thought we had quite a good conversation during the week there. Most folk thought that if we continue with the policy of don't change a winning team wherever possible, I know that some of the guys thought he's a 29 goal scorer, you know, so he should be in. I'm quite confident that the way that guy's going to play Hibs today, I'm quite sure that will be suitable for what do you call him, Defoe, and the way the midfield supporting him, be wonderful to watch. I'm really keen on it. I'd love to see it and make comment afterwards, because we have been playing very well. The last game at Ibrox there, I thought it was dynamite. I thought we played wonderful.
Yeah, the movement was superb. Is it a good thing? Take this to Bear Down Under, then Pool Ranger, then Boy Star can come in with his tops with. Is Gerrard saying to Morelos, look, you're a good player, but you're not getting straight back in the team. So is it sending a message out to him?
I think it's got to a message to the whole squad, Ox, that if you're playing well and the team's doing well, then you know he's not going to. I've seen a quote that he done. I don't know if it was yesterday, that unless there's a fixture pile up, if you're in form, you're doing the damage, and the whole team is, then he doesn't see the reason to change it. So I don't think Morelos can come back shouting and bawling and where's my spot, because you know it's the games he's missed, and we've done. You know, you look at the goals scored, the conceded, and the actual points. Yeah, and how many conceded? One. Yeah, so as a team, you know, even like the likes of, you've got to even look at the likes of Flanagan coming in there. You know, he's went and played left back and he's sort of made it his own in these past couple of games. And a decision that I think was quite, not so brave for Gerrard, but I think every fan was calling for maybe 4 or 5 games ago, was get McCrory in there, get McCrory. And he's put Davis in that spot of that sort of sitting midfielder, and he's flourished and he's really revived his well, not revived his career, but you know what I mean. Maybe I had my doubts with Davis, and yeah, looking at him in there, I'm happy that he's made that decision, and it looks as if you know it's probably the way going forward.
Pool Ranger, the Morelos, been kept on the bench.
I think since day one, since Stevie G walked in a year ago, he's always said, Docs, if their players on the park are performing and they've got the jersey, somebody's got to. He's not going to get away. Just I know the boy scored 29 goals and he's been really, really good this season. But so's the last four games. And if the boys are on the park and are performing and we're picking up results, he's not just going to change it for one man or two men. He's always said for day one. And I think I said last week, I know, Locks, I mean, the boy has been brilliant all season, 29 goals or whatever, a few bad, stupid decisions and that. But I just feel I don't know, we seem a more balanced team, the formation without him in it, if you know what I'm saying, the last few weeks.
But some people would say that the pressure's off, so it's easier to play when pressure's off.
Well, that's another thing and all, isn't it?
You know, playing devil's advocate. What's your view on the Morelos situation then, Blue Star?
I get what you're all saying. For me, Ox, it's quite simple. We've won 4 games on the trot for the first time since Stevie G took over. First and foremost, no player's bigger than our club, no matter how good they are.
100%.
And we know that's been said over the years, but the facts are this. The wee guy scored 29 goals, I get it. He's our top goal scorer, I get it. He's probably our biggest asset, we all get it. But he's let us down in games and all, and we can't forget that. The facts are simple. We've won 4 in the trot. Okay, I get the fact that what you're saying, Ox, is bang on about maybe the pressure's off. Aye, that probably has got a massive factor in his decisions, but the guy's doing the right thing. He's carrying on a winning team, and to be quite honest, I'm glad he's done it. For the fact is, he's shown the rest of the squad that no matter how good you are, if you do something wrong, then you're dropped. And since he's been dropped, it doesn't matter how we look at it. We've won 4 games in the trot. He starts with the same 11, and if it's not working, you bring somebody else on, meaning we Alfredo. That he's done the right thing for me.
Good comment. Bridgeman, I've been asked to ask you, do you know your lifeboat number? Very important.
Yes, I do actually.
That's
I
a
do.
good man.
It's number, my lifeboat number 3.
You're going to say 13
muster
there.
station's number 5.
The wife's in number 5.
It's a muster station number 5.
All right, I thought you were going to say you're in number 3, the wife's in number 5.
No. the Poseidon Adventure, just getting anyone. That was a nice question, but thank you for asking.
Just people concerned about your well-being, mate.
Aye, right. But no, thank you. Very nice of you.
What's your view on the Morelos thing, Bridge? People say, would you play your best players or do you play your best team? That's your argument sometimes, isn't it?
I think shall we say, karma has got a big say in this. I think the way the boys are playing, it's not so much who, but it's the way they're playing, and they're all playing very well. They've been asked to do a job, and they're doing the job and performing very well. And I'm quite sure Morelos is not the type of player to be sitting and sulking for that. They might sulk for many things, but I doubt very much if he's going to sulk for that. He knows he'll get the chance. Sooner or later, that chance will come. But you better be ready for it. Because just for saying sake, if he comes on in the second half today and there's a chance or 1 or 2 chances come to him, he's got to score 1. If he scores 1, then all bets change again, you know. But if he doesn't, a couple of chances, if he gets on and doesn't take his chances, then he's got to do the same thing again until such times as he shows that he's back to the form he was. Because 4 games is a lot at this level.
Good point, Bridge. Sorry, Ox. Bridge is bang on there because whether we like it or no, guys, I know he scored 29 goals, but look at Ox, me and you spoke about this a right few months ago whenever we were mentioning the last 2 Celtic games. And let's be truthful here. The wee guy missed 3 sitters in one game alone. And when I say sitters, I know he's under pressure and everything, but the facts are he had the chances against them and he didn't score. Now, our biggest challengers is quite simple as them. So you've also got to look at the facts. You've got to do it in the big games. Not taking anything away for the wee guy. Our manager's done the right thing today, and anybody that thinks different's kidding herself on. You don't change a winning team no matter what.
I'm sure Mr. Fox, if he's listening, will have a different point of view. But anybody else that's listening that thinks Alfredo should have started today, give us a phone on 0141 356 1972 or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We were brought in a call by the one and only old school Blue. That's 2 big talking points. But everybody else also happy with the consistency of selection, because that was a criticism that Stevie G got at the start of the season, Pool Ranger.
Aye, because he was chopping and changing the team quite a lot, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I think he's got a rough idea now, his best team and best formation, isn't he? Obviously, there are different formations for different games and that, but I think he's got a kind of rough idea. The left-back situation still, because as much John Flanagan's come on leaps and bounds, I think, the last few games, but I don't see him as being the natural left-back week in, week out next season. Barisic, we don't know about, so maybe that's a route that we need to go down and get somebody for that. But regarding the midfield with Davis, Kamara, Jack, he's pushed Starfield forward, and then you've got the options between Defoe and Morelos. So I think he's kind of he's got the mainstay of the team now, and he got the formation right, and we've just got to hope the players can keep it up and keep going.
You're doing under.
I think the chopping and changing at the start of the season was pretty much driven with the fixtures we were playing, in Europe, playing the 2 games a week and the travel. I think he was trying to use the squad and keeping guys fresh with the next games in hand. So I think that's naturally happens when you play in Europe, and maybe it backfired in certain cases, but I'm happy with the consistency he's used recently. I think he's used the squad quite interesting to maybe look at ahead of for next season. But just touching back on the wee Morelos thing there, I'd be more interested to see if we're going to bring Morelos on today. I'd like him to keep the system and maybe bring him in and swap with Arfield, just to see what he'd be like playing that a bit deeper. Just to see, because I don't think we should be swapping or changing our style, especially the results, a formation to suit one player. See how he can come in and play maybe that bit deeper role, and you never know. Maybe that's the way if we're going to play the two of them. That's maybe the answer.
Fox had been advocating that for a while, and even before Morelos' latest red card, he's had that chain of thought that he's a number 10 rather than a number 9. He could give teams a lot more problems. I'm not saying he's a Messi. I don't think Fox is saying that. What he's saying is he can get involved in the 2 positions, but it's all about opinions. That's a fair comment there.
Yep.
What I've noticed, Blue Star, in the last 2 weeks now, I've not checked this out just from memory. As soon as the game seems as if it's apparently done, Stevie G gets the 4 off, rest his legs, and maybe that's the way somebody at that age, you've just got to treat them slightly different.
Without a doubt, Ox, good point. And it was also, I thought that was interesting what Bear Down Under said there. The Arfield one, I've said for a long time, I'm not sure that he was playing Arfield in the right position either. And as what Bear Down Under said there, it would be really interesting to see Alfredo up or playing in that kind of just behind, say, Defoe. Because remember, when you've been playing Arfield along with Defoe, you were looking at Defoe as number 1 goal scorer. Now, I know Arfield scored 4 to get 3 in one game there. It would be really interesting to see our top goal scorer playing alongside Defoe, because that's not really happened as such. And as you say, he always takes Defoe off. No doubt about it, Ox. He's saving his legs. That goes without saying. The other interesting one, I think, is remember the amount of games he was playing Worrell at the back along with Goldson. Then all of a sudden, Worrell's dropped Now, we know there's something in the contract situation whenever it said about the amount of games that Worrell had to play. That goes without saying. But if he genuinely thought, our manager thought that we had to go on a run and win the remaining games, then surely to goodness, if he played Worrell that amount of games, why all of a sudden has he dropped to bring Katic in, who for me has been absolutely fantastic since he came in, because we've all been advocating at the start. The big guy was playing great. We know that he had problems elsewhere, but as I'm saying, the Worrell thing's really strange for me, because he had been playing him virtually throughout the season. Then all of a sudden, because we know he's going back, he's dropped. I don't quite understand that. I don't.
I think you might find a lot. I think a lot of that might be done to after that awards night.
The video.
He was filmed, and he was basically doing what we would all done, probably a drink in his, but it doesn't even reflect good on the club, and especially that he's on loan. I think Mr. Gerrard's just said, you know what, you won't be doing that at this club, and that's why he's on the bench.
And possibly he may have reached the number of games he's meant to have played as well, and then the manager's done his bit. But it'd be interesting. I mean, obviously the small prints and the detail. I'm more in the Pool Ranger camp with this one. Steven Gerrard's set high standards on and off the pitch and expects them to maintain the other players. And he'll not suffer fools gladly, Bridgeman.
My theory on the Katic situation was he actually wasn't performing properly, either on park or training. But the manager felt when he put him in, the things go down, you know, the noise.
Rob, it sounds as if that storm's coming in, Bridge.
I think you're going up and down, Bridge.
I think you're bobbing and weaving, Bridge.
He's on that lifeboat.
Aye.
If I was him, I would leave the bar and go and stand next to lifeboat number 3, I think. Any thoughts on it, Bear Down Under, the Katic Worrell situation?
You know, I think there's obviously something there to do with the contract, with the games. I think they also, with the awards night, I think that made the decision a wee bit easier. But if you listen to the manager, I would put Katic, McCrory, and maybe even Middleton in the same category, where he's saying he's wanting, because of their age, he wants to manage their game time. He doesn't want to ruin them. That's what he's saying. Well, I know that is the case. I don't know, but what impresses me with Katic is how much he is more of a goal threat for us at set pieces in that box. He puts himself a bit there. You know, Worrell, I know he scored the goal against Aberdeen, but apart from that, he just looks as if he's just standing there waiting for the ball when it comes for a corner or for a set piece for the defensive.
He's powder puff. Big Worrell's a bit powder puff, isn't he? No, like a big Katic, he's just right in there.
And is it fair to say that
tremendous in the air?
One at a time, boys, one at a time. Like Bear Down Under, he doesn't interrupt you when you two are performing. Carry on, Bear.
Is it maybe fair to say that even Golston looks a better centre half with Katic at the side of him? Is it maybe, I don't know, maybe it's hard to judge, you know, since the Celtic game and have you, but I find the two at the back is just a lot more steady, a lot more composed, more aggressive, and I think actually Golston looks a far better centre half with Katic there. That's just in my opinion, but yeah, definitely Katic in there is a must for me.
All right, and you come with that?
Aye, I totally agree with Bear Down Under. For me, even Goldson has been playing better with Katic next to him, and 100% agree with Bear there when he says a bit in the air. Me and you, Ox, have said that for basically day one, that going forward, he's definitely a threat in the opposing box when he's going for the headers. No doubt, absolutely no doubt about it. And even in defence in the last 4 games, it's him that's been clearing them whenever the ball has come in. In the air, he's been tremendous for me. He's been exactly what I thought he was going to be, you know.
The games against Murrable, we know that Murrable played, they've tweaked it slightly, but they still played that boy, can't mind his name, the stocky boy, blonde-headed kid.
Aye.
well built, and then the obviously the Hearts centre forward.
Curtis Main, that was all.
That's the name, Curtis Main. The Hearts centre forward, who I know and try and pronounce who's obviously got a unique style. I think that's. I'll leave it at that.
Right, big lump of wood.
And then you've got Cosgrove, who's pretty physical, not the greatest football player, no pace, but plays to try and win free kicks and intimidate. And Big Katic is the guy in the first 10 minutes of every game, put a marker down on them all.
Absolutely. And I mean, as you say, especially against them that last game, let's be truthful here, that must have been the easiest game for our goalkeeper out the whole league. I honestly believe that, Ox. He never had the safety make the whole game. And the big Cosgrove's
I
a
let
big
him take one of the penalties, so he'd a kick.
Aye, exactly. I mean, Cosgrove's a big lumpy a guy along with that Ikpeazu. And let's be truthful here, that big Katic and Goldson never put a foot wrong. So, I think they're a good partnership. I think even Goldson's come on to a far better game with him next to him.
Can I come in that one, Ox?
On you go, Bridge. Have you avoided that iceberg?
Oh, I hope so, yeah, I hope so. Can you hear me okay? I'm no
Yes, we can. You were doing your Norman Collier impersonator.
Norman Collier. No, I think that the last game is Blue said there, as Blue Star said, it's really difficult to say and gauge. But yeah, I agree that Aberdeen were very poor. I mean, really poor. The boy just appeared to go down in order to get the position for the free kicks, because that's basically what Aberdeen wanted to do, I think, against us. They just wanted to put the high balls into the box, which they're apparently very good at and against other teams, but they certainly weren't that good against us that way. And I think most of their players, when they up in anywhere near our area at all, inside our half, they were down like a ton of bricks, you know. I thought our two centre halves handled these situations quite well. I've got no complaints at all about that. I just hope we don't have the same type of problems today, because Hibs have got a bit more going for them. Maybe Hibs will turn around and do exactly what Aberdeen did and play the defensive game. I doubt it, because
I don't see it, Bridge. I don't see it. As much as I'm not the greatest fan of Hibs, Bridge, what I will say is, at least any games we've played them this season, they've tried to play football.
Aye, they have a go, don't they, Ox?
This young lad that's took over from the Bigot, Oregon Bigot. He's done very well by it. I think he's only lost the one game, which was against Amalfi across the city. The rest of the games he's handled it very well. He's undefeated. So it's going to be a good game. I'm hoping it's going to be a good game for us. I hope it's a nice open game so we can all see good football we've got.
Aye, in an open game, Pool Ranger, we usually do all right and we make a lot of chances, but we've got to take them this time against the Hibs. 3 times we should have beaten them.
3 times, and do you know what, Ox? I think it's been nearly the 3 best performances of the season has been against them 3 times, and that's what's lost us the league this season, against them.
Arguably, aye. You can make stats mean anything, but I think late goal at Ibrox, winning easy both games at Tynecastle, Easter Road, and then with most goals. And
aye.
Particularly that last game at Easter Road, the first half, I'm not exaggerating, it could have been 4 or 5-0.
Today's a must. We need to put the ball in the net today. Today is a must. It's got to be. We've attacked them good all season, made loads of chance, and just no put the ball in the net. As you say, the last time it could have been 2, 3, 4. The day we need to come out and get right at them, man. Get right in their faces and get right in about them.
Bear Down Under, how do you see it going, mate?
Comfortably 3-0. I expect us to go in and do damage. I think that's certainly the fact is that you talked about losing points at the start of the season. I think that was down to maybe relying on Morelos for the goals at certain games, you know. And I think now with this system, we've got goals across the whole field, and I think we're better coped to deal with maybe teams sitting back. And I'm comfortable 3-0. Kind of conceding today.
I like that man. How's it gone for you, Blue Star?
Ox, I'm a bit like yourself. I know Hibs have been one of your bugbears all season. I think this will be. I'd love to be the same as Bear, but I truthfully can't. I think this will be a tight game for us. I think they will come and really have a right good go at us. If that's the case, then I genuinely do believe that we're better playing against teams that have a go at us. But I think it'll be tight. For me, 2-1.
Mm-hmm. I think the thing about it is, with the way the league's panned out, mate, I don't think they can really get anything else, can they?
No, they're playing for pride, basically. They can't really go up anywhere, you know.
No. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. 2-1, 3-0. What about you, Pool Ranger?
I'm going 3-1 Ox. 3-1 to the Bears.
Oh, I was just going to ask you who for.
I think it's going to be an open game because you say that they've not really Commanders result yesterday. They've not really got a lot to play for Hibs now, can they? I think they can still get Europe, but it's a push in it. But I think they will come out. You know, they always will come out at Ibrox, and I think it suits us down to a T. Arfield's on form, Defoe's on form, Weekend in the wing. If they come out, I think 3-1 or 4-1, I'll go for Ox.
All right, then. I'm going to take. I'm going to add Bridgeman's score along with Bear Down Under score. So, what are you predicting, Bridge?
I'm going for a 1-0 mollification for the Bears.
You just wanted to hear him saying that again, Ox, didn't you?
I'm hoping we mollicate them. 1-0 will do me fine, as long as we beat them. That's good for me.
And you can work out for that what I'm predicting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm going for 4-0 the Rangers. I think they're on the beach.
4-0.
They're on the beach. We're just a wee bit more up for it, and we'll win. Quite easy if we play the way we have played. And we're due to give them a spanking bit with Blue Star, eh?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, Ox, as you said and you've continually said all season, the games that we've not beat them in, we've more than, as Bridge says, mollicated them and just no got the results for one reason or another. If we play the way we've been playing, it could be comfortable. But I just think the way they play, they could give us a bit of a game. And here's hoping it is a good game. But we want to keep this run going without a shadow of a doubt, and we're all just happy if we get a win.
It's not just the win in the last few weeks, Paul. It's been the performances, and even if you take the second half against them, it'd be all right. We drew the second half 1 each, but my performance was excellent.
Since the scumbag game, all right, they did win, but the second half it was all us. We should have won that when I was with you that day, Ox. We spoke about that, and we should have beat them there in the second half. And then since then, we've just went on leaps and bounds. The football's good, the movement's good, off the ball's good, the challenges, everything. They seem to, I don't know. As you say, the pressure's off now. It could be that. Is it that? But the only thing that worries me with that is they can only play when there's no pressure on. That's the only worry.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's
all
because
right. It's all right saying they can play when the pressure's off, but is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
No, it's a bad thing, but I would turn it around. I would say that the reason we're performing, and I'll take this to Bear Down Under, is we place a place and a role for Stephen Davis.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier on, that, you know, including myself and probably other Rangers fans were shouting for McCrory to be in there, and they've used Davis in that maybe. You know, I don't think many people have picked it to put him in that position. Just to, you know, not your typical holding midfielder with a bit of, you know, heavy tackle on him. He's just picking and spraying balls, and we look a better unit and more dangerous going forward as well. So yeah, but what I would say when you were talking about the second half of the Celtic game before, for me, that's after that second half performance, and then what's happened after that, it just epitomised how much I believe Steven Gerrard is the man to lead us forward for next year. I think that sort of was showing with the grit and determination and whatever he said at half time, and to get that performance, and then to get our first 4 games in a row in a while. That's really gave me, I didn't have serious doubts, but I had doubts. Is it the man to take us to where we need to get? But after that second half performance, and then what's happened up to that, it's great belief. I think he knows what he needs to do, and onwards and upwards.
Aye. I'm interested to see how it pans out. Good
Right, boys,
game.
I'm going to shoot after now, right? I'll give you a bell after the game, all right?
Enjoy the game, Pool.
Right, you take care, boys. No
All
surrender.
right, cheers, mate.
See you, Phil. All the best.
See you, Paul.
I think there's been a lot of positives in the last few weeks post-start, but it's a journey we're on, and these are just small steps, and then hopefully when we get to the summer and the start of next season, we'll take bigger steps.
Without a doubt, Ox, it's all about there's no getting away from it. We were all apprehensive when Stevie G took the job. We were all looking forward to it. It's like everything else. He brought in so many players. He had to get them playing as a unit. It took time. Some have performed well, and other ones have really just started playing in the last half a dozen games. But all things being equal, if the guy gets the backing that he thinks he needs, and the players brought in that he knows are going to be quality, I'm really excited, Ox. I think the guy's, I think he's got it. I really do. But it's all going to be on, obviously, finance and whatever he brings in. If he gets what he wants, I'm quite sure he knows it. He knows what he's capable of, and he knows what we're capable of if he gets the right unit. And we can only hope that that's what's going to transform.
Exciting times again for our club, Bridge. We're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, there's when you think about what's going to happen, this game is going to be huge for us. And then, of course, next week, another massive game. So we've said it before. If we play well today and get a win, then it's a huge step for us. And next week, it sets you up for next week as well. Because there's a continuity in your results and the play. If we play good, the play will just be lovely to see this smoothness. And you never know with the manager. He's been very good up to now, and he might get Morelos to fit right in and give him another headache to whether he brings him on us and he gets himself scoring or something like that. Then it gives him a even bigger headache. Does he pick him for the start of the Celtic game and batter lumps at Scott Brown or something like that? Which nobody wants them getting sent off, but to go out and get whatever he needs to do the business and score some goals. Whether in fact that will happen like that or not, I don't know. But I do think that we're well able to handle Hibernian, particularly Ibrox, and we've played really, really well. And as long as they're not playing against huge packed defences, then I'm sure people like Stephen Davis will be able to drive us on and do great things to play-wise, and we'll get a goal at least. Convinced of it. Yeah,
we look as if we've got a goal threat, Mayor, which is funny considering our top goal scorer's not been playing Booster.
Exactly right, Ox there. Aye, good point. The very fact that we've been winning these games and scoring goals, that's what we're all looking for. And as Bridgeman says, we've been playing a decent style of football. That's very important for me. It's not as if we've been lucky in games. We haven't been. The last 4 games we've been playing. Each player that he's been putting in their position, they've been keeping their places, and they've been doing the business on the park. And as Bridgeman said there, we want a good flowing game today. But first and foremost, we want a win to keep this going. Give them that winning breeds confidence. And if they players go out onto that park and play the way they can, there's absolutely no doubt about it. It'll be a win.
Well, Bridge, for the middle of the med, last word to your good self. Once you come off of mute.
Absolutely. I hope you can hear me all right. Can I just say to other Rangers fans all over the world, particularly on here, Rangers Radio, every single one is huge game today. Let's go out and mollocate them, Rangers. At least 1-0. That'll do me. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank Bridge for joining us from the middle of his, must be having a rest in his cabin. Can I thank Bear Down Under, Blue Star, and of course Pool Ranger, and the one and only old school boy in the background doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Come on, Rangers.